I had the munchies for some like fried breakfast potatoes. So I thought, hey, I know, I'll just come in the garden and grab some because my potatoes are pretty much ready to be harvested. And with the hot weather that we just had, it fried all my potato plants. And these are my potato plants. I usually plant them two different ways. I usually plant them in this big pot. I fill the tub up about halfway of like really hard clay and bad soil just for filler. Then what I would normally do is put a whole bunch of either horse manure or compost for the next maybe half layer of this, another half layer of maybe compost and manure. Then I would put the tomato seeds on there, and then I would cover it with clay dirt again. And this is what I normally get. I just plant a whole bunch of these every year. And so this is like the no dig style, which is the dig style. You would come in here and you would just get a pitchfork or a shovel and start digging these potatoes out. But I don't want to dig these out because they're still growing. I want them to grow on longer so that way my potato run is that much longer throughout the year. I'm not just going to harvest them all in one sitting, because I find I like eating the fresh potatoes because it just tastes absolutely wonderful and so creamy and butter flavored. It's just amazing. Anyway, so I do have potatoes that you can or you have to dig. So, but I rather do this style because it's so much easier to do. And you can see all the compost just came out because the rest is hard, and that keeps the potatoes from going all the way down to the bottom. And then what you would do is just, these are the purples, the reds, the Yukons, and you just got potatoes and potatoes. This is the seed, the original seed. So that's pretty much what I got out of 2 barrels. And then now we're just gonna go in the kitchen and cook it up. So we got our potatoes, so now let's go in the kitchen. I would encourage everybody who had space and have room to like grow potatoes. It's so simple, so easy. You can use the pot style, you can use the ground style. Either way, it's just so amazing how good they taste, the fresh potatoes. But just remember, you cannot use those potatoes in the store because they are sprayed with a sprouting inhibitor, where they won't sprout. And even the organic ones, they also spray that with the sprout inhibitor too. So you cannot really plant the organic ones. You're probably just gonna have to just order seed from a catalog or something. They look the same, but they just ain't sprayed. And you can try to plant the ones that's sprayed from the from the store, but they don't grow very well. But just look at how amazing this looks. And this was actually inspired from my brother-in-law, who was living here once with us, and I saw him make these potatoes, and I tried them. Like, wow, that's so amazing. I usually never use the lid when I'm doing potatoes, but what the lid does is steam the potatoes and make them cook faster. And if you use a non-stick pan or a cast iron skillet, it's way better. The one I used was a stainless pan. Totally sucked. Anyway, I'm just going to give it a taste now. And so we have here the Peruvian blue, the reds, and the Yukon golds that came right from our own garden. And also the purple gazer garlic that we just harvested a couple weeks ago. And the green onions came from the garden too. So everything we have here, we planted with our own hands, watered, harvested, brought to the table, and then now we're going to chow down. The super amazing thing about these potatoes, so they were just dug out today, is the amount of creaminess that's in here. It's like a buttery consistency and just so smooth, and you can never get this texture with the ones in the store because they've been probably sitting in the dark for some time and being stored. And I think the chemistry of the potato then changes. It's a lot starchier than these here. These are just super light, fluffy, creamy, just amazing. I love eating like fresh potatoes. They're just so amazing. Anyway, did I say amazing enough? Anyway, either way, if you got space, do some potatoes. Find some way to do it. I hope you try this method. Pretty easy. And it goes really fast too if you use the lid method. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to finish this thing off.